Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamos Report. I'm your host, Afridamos. I want to welcome all of you to today's edition of the Afridamos Report. Please make sure you like and subscribe to this channel and give it a thumbs up. Don't just watch, try to pretend like, you don't like the show. Even if you don't, you can hit the thumbs down or, whichever. As you guys know, I want to thank all the people that take the time to send me these videos for me to, react on these videos. It obviously shows that there are plenty of you out there that appreciate the work that I do over here. And obviously people are learning from it. Even if it changes one person's life, I'm happy. I'm a happy man. But you see, today's show, as you guys can see, Jezebel Travel. You guys remember I did the travel news last week, and I talked about several things where, there are some people who identify as these things that, that I talk about. People identify as this. So they become very upset when somebody puts the mirror in front of them. It's just like the LGBTQIA movement they have here in America, where these people, you use their own videos, their own words, and you present it to them. They get upset because obviously people want to test the water to see what and how they can get away with things. This is why you hear things like white privilege, or gay privilege, but they don't say it. The people that are claiming others have privilege, take a good look at them. Take a good look at them, because the technique is you give yourself the privilege and then shame everyone to accept the privilege you're pushing upon them. Your story, your history is way more important than everybody. Anyone that disagrees with you, they are either haters, they don't like you, they are happy about your history, because these people that do these things, they are experts. They can read people's mind. They know everything about other people. But if the shoe is on the other foot, oh, no, 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 that cannot happen. Because how can that happen? But you see, this game works well in America, because you see, in America, they have what they call black privilege. Because a black person, obviously, like they shield them from reality. This is why some of these things that I say shocks the ones that never heard this. How dare you say this? If a white person points it out, he's a racist. If another black person says it, they are Uncle Tom, a sellout. This is a religion. I have told you guys. The mentality, it's a religion. How is it a religion? You look at the sequence of things, how things play out. The privilege level that black people have in America have deluded them into believing that just invoking blackness means something. But I hate to tell you, it means absolutely nothing. The stories, the histories you talk about, no one cares about it. All of us have a history. Every single one of us on this planet. But if you believe the past is so terrible, why do you want to always revisit it? And you don't want to revisit this past on your own. You want all of us to pretend like, sure. But now they've bullied the white man into playing into this game. And it's not only the blacks, not just any black, the black female. The black female has this privilege because you see, the black males who are raised by these females, they think they are females too. They have the Jezebel spirit. And when they try this, it doesn't work out. So must have smartened up and learn that nah, it doesn't work for me. Because if I try it, I will get shut down. So common sense kicks in. Or the ones that believe, you know what, I want to continue this, they would just wear a dress and become females. In America, that would work. In America, the loud and obnoxious talk works in America. You can guilt and shame white people into, accepting these shenanigans. People, imagine this for a minute. Imagine this for a minute. The same people that point fingers at people about, oh, you Africans sold us. Oh, you white people enslaved us. Okay, that used to be the order of the day. The white people did that. The Arabs did that. The Africans themselves did that. What do you want us to travel back in time so you can revisit this? I bet you don't want to, because I don't. I'm thankful and grateful that I was born in this era. And you should too, you that is watching me. If you are an avid reader, you would appreciate being alive today. But there are so many people who don't believe in this, especially in America. I have been saying this. The way people think in America, not only the blacks, whites, because the blacks, instead of American privilege, they've deluded themselves into thinking, oh, there's such thing called black culture. No such thing. It's fake. It's not real. Black culture is as real as Kwanzaa is African. Or it's as real as June 10th. That was, the story where the slaves didn't get paid their cell phone bill, or they didn't get Obama phone. And now all of a sudden it's a holiday. So think about it. You are raised in that system. Constantly you're being told this. I knew right away. This is why my videos, you can go back and revisit my videos when I talked about the fantasy of Pan-Africanism. I had many critics who came, oh, how dare you? Because let me tell you, when someone gives themselves privilege, they are not ashamed to show it. They attack you. How dare you oppose this? For instance, it started way back when they told the story of, you guys remember Harriet Tubman? Apparently this slave woman who, saved all these slaves. There was not a single white, a single black male, single black man who could save the other slaves, right? So she even had to put some at gunpoint. Like, I imagine they said Harriet showed up and said, hey, Jimbo, come here. You know what? You're this job that you have on this plantation, where there's men riding on horses. You don't have any right. You got to wake up at the crack of dawn and work from sun up to sundown. You have no right. Now it is time for you to give up this. Nobody have to call you names. They're like, no, you will have to take me alive to give up this job. You do not believe that, do you? See, when somebody talks like that, when they tell you stories like this, know that they are part of that blackism thinking, the mentality. It's not the skin, the blackism, or the people that argue with you, telling you, oh, no, you cannot say you are African American, despite you being born in the continent of Africa. Oh, no, we took that name. You know what? Because you see, we are not real Africans, but we can call ourselves that. Now that we took that name, you, the real Africans, can just identify with the country. I understand most of you see that as madness. But in America, it sounds like it makes sense, right? You guys remember the ones people traveling to Africa talking about the Africans need to wake up, the Africans need to understand? Well, the Africans woke up. Let's find out, because I told you guys, the blackism is not going to work in Africa. The only thing that's going to work there is your character, your behavior, your individual character. All this American mumbo jumbo, fake religion and all this fake talk about skin color, all that dies right here in America. Because you go to Nigeria, you cannot out nigger Nigerians. The land is called Nigeria, nigger land. That's a sea of niggers over there. You cannot out nigger those people. You cannot tell Nigerians how oppressed you are, because nobody give a damn. And you're about to see that in this video. And this is what is destroying Western culture. This is why I ask the questions. The Western blacks that are moving to Africa, what are they exporting? Are they exporting reality or fantasy? You guys remember when I was asking the questions? Okay, so because when people say, the moment when you're having a conversation with somebody, pay attention when they say, as a black woman, meaning they are saying, oh, treat me special. We are a little bit slow. You got to treat us special. So not only the American privilege, you want to be treated above everybody. That's what that means. So a lot of people are now catching onto it. The white people caught on, but the white people encourage it. They cannot back away from it. So now we've seen blackism tested in African countries and it's failing. Now the biggest black country, Niggerland, Nigeria, is being tested there. Let's find out if they would respect the Wakanda talk, if they would respect the vibranium. You see, when somebody flip-flops, you guys are going to see the flip-flopping here. You would understand that when people say, oh, I'm black, that means they want you to see that as something important, as something that should give them an upper hand over you. Okay. You're black. Okay. What's that have to do with this conversation? Even the Africans, you that is black from the black factory, you've had black American people that practice this blackism, shame you to make you, oh, you gotta identify as us. Oh, you gotta agree with me because I'm black. Oh, you guys gotta just forget the rules in Africa. When I say, oh, when you go to these countries, you are a foreigner, you are an American. Oh no, that's bullshit. We are black. But I don't want to keep you waiting. I want you guys to listen to my analysis and my breakdown of this video with open mind. Not with, because you see, if you identify as this, I get it. From grade school, you're raised by your mama kick your daddy out, talk trash to your daddy right in front of you, calling him a loser. In fact, the court has to be involved. Even if the court say, oh, mama, you got to let this Ray Ray see his son or daughter. No, Ray Ray cannot see his son. Okay? So in this system, like I said, it started with female prophets. They promote that. Harriet Tubman, the first prophet, they say she saved all these blacks. It came to Rosa Parks, they invoke, that civil rights thing. Like they say, oh Lord, It was segregation. The white people were not letting us sit, in front of the bus. But when you come to America, you find out the blacks love sitting in the back of the bus, right? But they said Rosa Parks came, this woman, she was tired. So she's like, oh Lord, today I am so tired, my feet hurt. I am going to sit in the front. So she sat there and the bus stopped and the driver jumped up and said, hey, look here, you black nigger lady. You need to go sit in the nigger section in the back. No, bus driver, you gonna kill me, but I ain't gonna move. That's what they told us. But when you go read the story, you find out this is all orchestrated, where they first brought a woman who was pregnant. But back then, black people had high standard. You can't just mysteriously get pregnant and try to tell them the Virgin Mary story. You have to be married. Okay? Imagine how far the people have fallen from where you can't have no baby out of wedlock to now they announcing, baby showers on Instagram, right? It's not a shame to make babies out of wedlock. You see? So they did that, long story short, they did the civil rights whatsoever. So every time is something new, right? And this now the rubber has met the road, because the same things that you say happen here, if you don't follow the rules and then you try to get people to follow what you are saying, that's going to be a problem, because every country have rules and regulation. They do. So when you go to these countries, they're not going to say, oh, you are black or you are white. No, they're going to ask you for your passport. You show your passport and they look at you, they know you are such and such. They give you a visa. People come to countries for different reasons. Some go there as visitors, marriage, some go there, students, different visas. So Nigeria is no different than other countries. But I don't want to tell you the story. I would allow the video to tell you and I will break it down. But before we get into that, you guys know we got to do the usual ritual here. Let's go. Yes, thank you guys. Just like Fuller Sports said, there is rules and regulations everywhere. And you guys know nobody, look, you go to countries. All these countries have tight immigration rules, especially when it comes to the people that are coming from Africa. You guys know that, right? So I just wanted to remind you of that. But again, let's just take it as we go. All right. But here we go. Before we enter it again, let me give you this short clip of the people here in America, the race hustlers that people worship. I have to the people that worship them, I have to play the music for them so that they can, you know, feel at home at this channel. Because you see, I don't want to upset my black audience. Okay? Because there are some black people that identify as this. So I want to be sensitive to them. So just beware of that.
Ay, 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 ay. Look. Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see-through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I been all on my grind, so why I need you? Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see-through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I been all on my grind, so why I need you? Big flex, my swole up. Double cup and I'm pulled up. Niggas hating like hold up. What's the problem? I'm pulled up. Big flex, my swole up. Hard body, they fold up. Shawty say I done glowed up. Double text on my phone up. Fuck with your boy, I'm the man of the year. I'm not a fan of your peers. Serve him with fate, I'ma hand him the shears. He not the man of your peers. Heart of a lion, I'm trampling fears. I love the man in the mirror. Cry me a river, then stand in the tears. You better stand in the clear. I'm going crazy.
All right, thank you. Work and Bless said, I understand what you're saying, brother, but you're using a broad brush. Not all of us out here are the same. Words have impact and cause bad relationship with black in the diaspora. No, Work and Bless, I understand what you're saying. I obviously do not believe it's every black person that think and act this way. I have common sense. I know it's not all. But you have to realize I'm doing a broadcast here. And I have to broaden it because there are so many people that think this way. But not all, but most. Because if you go read the comment section for this woman, you would understand why it has to be broadened. But I get it. I'm not saying all. Trust me, there is black people in America that write to me to thank me for the work that I'm doing here. So we're going to get in the video, but before we get into that, let me do my disclaimer here. All right, that's the fair use disclaimer. Now we're good to go. Taylor 2 said they're giving white special visa. This why Pan-Africanism is that. I'm not sure what you're saying. I don't know what that special visa is, but I believe everybody, if you're given a certain visa, if a white person comes there as a business person, they get a business visa. If you want business visa, you get that too, or visitor. But this has nothing to do with white people. Those of you that are obsessed with white people, thank God white people are not part of this problem. This is Nigeria, the black factory, no white man running anything, and a black person from America who thinks they need special privilege. I don't want to keep you waiting. Let's go straight into the video. And there's a person reacting to this, but I'm going to react to the video and react to her reaction, if that makes sense. Because you see, she's a travel blogger. As far as, most of you can attest to this. When it comes to analyzing videos, breaking them down, I am the best on this side of heaven. Because I give you the honest and truthful breakdown. Nothing passional, all educational. Straight to the point. Yes, there are some edutainment moments there, but it's very educational. So let's go into the video. And for those of you who would like to see the original one, The link is in the description section. Make sure you visit that. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.
Creating to help Nigerians and Africans travel better and smarter. Today's video is going to be about a series of viral TikTok that you've all probably seen already, or maybe not. It's a video about an African American that was detained upon trying to exit Lagos International Airport, having allegedly overstayed her visa in April 2022.
So, her issue is she overstayed her visa and still walked to the airport. What does that tell you? This woman is not used to traveling, just like many other blacks. They just started traveling. But an African, us that's been traveling, you know that it is a crime to overstay your visa. You know this. Nobody even have to tell you. But not a person who doesn't know about travel. They are just in their own little world thinking whatever they think goes. And you guys remember I talked about how difficult it can be for Africans to travel around Africa. But let's not also forget that there's a lot of these people that travel from the diaspora who have that privilege in their head because they can just get up and buy ticket and go to Africa. Africans can just get up and buy ticket and come to America or the UK. They have to queue up and stand up in line. Didn't you see a lot of them even shaming Africans? Oh, I can't believe the Africans want to have freedom to be able to just travel to America or England, because that's exactly what they are saying. So if you live in the UK or America, you come into Africa, you come into a different country to learn different things. Save me the story about blackness. Like, no one cares. In Africa, we're all, our skin, everyone's skin is black. Nobody identifies as that. That's an American thing. When you're not in America, it's, you come to that part of Africa, it's no longer relevant. Just be a human being with good attitude. That's all you need to be. But most people cannot do that because they are so used to this, and they would bring up the skin color thing in every conversation. So if you do it with someone who doesn't care about that, now you've trapped yourself. So you can try the skin route. If that doesn't work, they run to the American privilege route. You see the game that is being played here? But don't let me tell you. You will see for yourself. Let's allow this woman to tell us. But rule number one, she overstayed her visa in Nigeria. If a Nigerian overstays her visa in America, they get caught, they're getting deported. So let's not pretend like, these countries don't have laws. They do have laws. So all this skin color thing is not real.
I'm going to be playing the series of videos and sharing my honest and objective thoughts on the videos. And I will assume that everything that was said in the video is the truth, which may or may not be the case. But I'm going to use the information based on what they've given to us, right? What the lady that gave this information to us and what the immigration service was saying on the video is the actual truth. Many of you guys out there have DM'd me to ask of my opinion, so I think you would welcome this video. I would love to hear your respectful opinions on the situation. Who do you think was in the right and who do you think was in the wrong?
Don't worry, ma'am. You are going to hear the response from the Afridamus report here. If you're watching, we are definitely going to give our opinion here.
What do you think could have been done better? Like, what are your overall thoughts? I'll be engaging with you guys in the comment section. Many of you might have, differing opinions. It's okay, but let's just be respectful about it. If it's your first time here, don't forget to hit that big subscribe button and give this video a huge thumbs up. All right, so let's get into the first video. There are a lot of videos. I'm going to try and play. This first video is from this lady called True Crown Up Until on TikTok, and the title on this video is Unlawfully Detained for My Delta Emergency Flight. Let's hear this.
So I am here at the airport and they're claiming that.
So, signs of her trying to use the black privilege, you guys understand. Sign number one, she's fulfilled that. You go, make a video and accuse the other people of violating your black right. Let's continue.
I've overstayed my welcome, even though I'm married to a Nigerian. I'm here on time and they're going to make me miss my flight. So
let me.
Visionary of Love said, "Hi, Afridamus. Can I use my white privilege to overstay my visa in America?" No, if you get caught, Visionary, you will be deported. It doesn't matter if you're white. I have seen white people get deported from America, plenty of them. So it don't matter. Yes, you will be deported.
Talk to this. They said that she had overstayed her welcome, and she said, even though I'm married to a Nigerian. Let's clarify that. You overstaying and being married to a Nigerian are two completely different things. But let's keep going.
So I'm here. They brought me all the way back to the opposite end of the airport. Did not explain anything to me. Did not say anything to me. Just walked me back. My flight is boarding. And they have yet to say anything. He has my passport, has not spoken, has not said anything to me. My civil rights have been violated.
Did you guys hear this? So for those of you that thought, oh, Afridamus, you're being ridiculous talking about that civil rights thing, she thinks she has to go back to the old program. She thinks she's in America dealing with white people talking about civil rights, and some fragile white person who think, oh, they've been conditioned in some school to cater to the blacks. So when they invoke the word civil rights, my civil rights have been violated. Now, all of a sudden, she is she's trying to talk about that, her civil rights. Yes, she's married to a Nigerian prince, Audrey. So instead of, let's be real, okay? Let's be real. Do you guys want to tell me that this woman didn't know that she, her visa was expired? I mean, come on. She knew when she got to Nigeria. They give you a stamp at the airport. When I went to the Gambia, I pull out my American passport, I call it the vibranium. They gave the visa there, and I made sure to know how long that visa was. Okay? I made sure to know that 5 years they gave me that. Okay? So now, if they give you 30 days, for instance, and you are staying there over 30, and within that time, you've never changed anything, you didn't go, hey guys, extend it. In fact, they will extend it. But no, she's married to a Nigerian prince, and she's a Wakandan queen. So therefore, the rules have to bend for her. And I'm not saying every black person is this way, but her using that civil rights talk, that's that blackism. Because in America, people are so quick, black people are so quick to say, you violated my civil rights. No one outside of America recognized that. But let's continue.
And no one is explaining anything to me. So therefore, I'm making a documentation to let you know where I am, who I am, and this is the office of where I am. So I will be forwarding this video to the FAA as well as the airline, as well as human civil rights attorneys, because I will be suing.
Okay, so
she's going to use civil rights attorneys. Guys, you guys thought I was making this up, right? You guys thought I was making this up. When I was giving these advices to say, get out of your myopic thinking. The way you are being pampered in America here, you are being set up for failure. People, people do not respect this. Even here in America, imagine they have to censor people. Even like when I use Blatt, Blatt, right? It's not that I'm making fun of blacks, because if I write the word black, YouTube censors me. It's like they are saying, we're protecting black people from hearing what you have to say. They censor it. Go look at my Black Cracker, news that I did. Great video, historic video, very informational. But they took it upon themselves to say, no, we got to save black people from hearing it. So you have to question things. Okay, who is doing this? Why are they trying to protect you from hearing this? Now you show up in a foreign country talking about your civil rights in America as if, like people looking at you like you're woman, you're crazy, you're delusional. But because you've been drinking the Kool-Aid for so long, you think other people are the ones with issues when you don't realize you are the one on the wrong path. The rest of the world do not operate that way. The white people you're guilting in America, they are just playing along, but they know you're wrong. They're just playing along. They know there's a yo-yo master who put you up to this. And they know deep in your heart, this is what you want to do. So they support it. But I'm waking people up so you see what the reality is. I'm not here to pick on anybody. I'm just pointing out. This woman truly, honestly believe that this blackness, this civil rights thing, civil rights lawyers, this is for all over the world because they show it on TV. This is why you hear the blacks say they are the most popular black group in the world. They are the better blacks. But is that true? How can you be better than, over 1 billion blacks? So that doesn't even make sense. But for people to speak that way, not all, but most, because they've been deluded by TV. But let's find out if her civil rights, Nigerians know what that even means.
Essentially, she's saying that she was taken, I guess, towards the immigration offices at the airport, and they did not communicate to her or say anything to her. They just took her passport. But it's interesting that was said because she just mentioned at the beginning of the video that they said she had overstayed. So they did communicate to her, but
I'm glad she pointed that out. So this woman, she's using that technique in America where you would lie on a white person. So if they question it, you just say, oh, you just racist. When her own mouth, you see, she said they told her she overstayed her visa, something that she already knew. I told you guys the story how the Air Morocco representative in the Gambia, how he was rude to me and escalated things. See, I accepted and took the L because I have common sense. I'm not about to escalate the situation. All I did was get on my phone to take care of my own business because you see, I'm not about to, cause this situation to get out of hand because I believe in personal accountability. See that man at that airport, he lives over there. He lives over there. He gets to go home. So if I want to engage this man in a stupid argument because of my ego, who is going to miss their flight? Who is going to waste their time? And they can even escalate it and detain me. Like, what am I going to do about it? Call Al Sharpton? Call Jesse Jackson? What are you going to do? Call White Daddy? No, I'm just trying to point out to you what not to do. Look, if this game works for you in America, great. Play it in America, more power to you. But when you leave the American territory, come to your senses and realize you're no longer in America. People aren't going to buy the black thing. They're not falling for it.
On the other hand, she's sweating a lot. We need to do better with our ACs at the airport, just saying. Yeah, so that was pretty much that video. So the next video I'm going to share with you is this video here.
Correctly. So I am not going to stop recording. I am going to let my attorney know this. Sorry. No, you cannot see my phone. I just told you you cannot see my phone. What do you want to see? What do you want to see? What do you want to see? I am recording what is happening to me. Because let me tell you what the problem is. I came in here on time. I got everything done. I paid my PCR test. I did everything I was supposed to do. I came in. I did it online. Yeah, I did everything. All my stuff was been done. Everything was done. Then I get there and I told the guy, I said, this is my first time here, so I don't know where to go. He's yelling at me, just go down there, just go down there. So I walked off and I started to go to the security check. He started yelling at me, telling me, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be doing that. I told you to go down. I said, how the hell am I supposed to know? I'm asking you where to go. He would not tell me where to go. He was not clear. And this one was not clear. I asked him, what is happening?
Ma'am, I understand. It looks like this is across the board in African, airports, especially. Like, I even encountered that in Gambia. They would walk away. They're not going to talk to you. I get it. You're used to explaining yourself. But they don't care. Kawasi said, why is she going to report the incident to the FAA, an American agency? Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Even you guys remember Kati, who was insulting Gambians and talking about this Pan-Africanism. But when things got hot, she said she gonna call the American government. So we're confused. I thought you guys said the white people are evil. So it's easy, pretty quick, they would become American. People are learning this. You see, black men in America, right? They learned this a long time ago. You might think, oh, these guys are just simps going along with the program. No, because they know they're going to call the police on them. These black women have been doing this, since Harriet Tubman was alive. This is nothing new. So they've called the police on the black men and subdued them. So now in Nigeria, they're like, you know what? Let me call an entire agency, the FAA, on the Nigerians. Nigerians are like, I don't give a damn about what FAA is. I don't even know what that is. I don't care. But this is just, familiarity. She going back to what she's familiar with. Dwayne Jones said she does not realize she is in a foreign country and they can F you up without recourse. Exactly, Dwayne. Dwayne, you see, I'm glad you picked up on it fast. That's what I want people to pick up on. Because deluding yourself this way can cause you big time. It can even put you in jail in some countries. If you think you have ego, you haven't met Africans who are in position in authority. You want to show your ego? I don't think you want to go there. But let's let this woman continue.
Here.
Okay, so maybe there were some communication gaps, and I think I can, attest to the fact that, perhaps Nigerians in general need to know how to, in position of power, need to know how to communicate things better to people. That is something.
I told the man I am married to a Nigerian. I told him the reason why the passport was not stamped. State governor's office told me that we were supposed to do the green card. We are in the process of doing the green card. I have to leave. I have an emergency in the United States, and I've got to get on that flight. And I told this man that I need to get on that flight.
Okay,
so already you guys are seeing This has nothing to do with her skin color, right? She's combative, like Fuller Sport just said. Isn't that the same thing we see in America? A combative woman starting to be obnoxious, even though she is wrong. She wants to be combative with the Nigerian people. And, she's recording this. And you're going to get some who, oh, the Nigerians hate us, because that's the go-to. You got to shame those people for your own action. So you can see this has nothing to do with her skin color. This is why people, you have to be honest with yourself. Those of you that are watching, do not identify with this, because don't forget, she overstayed her visa. She did overstay her visa. So now she's creating all this ruckus, making you look bad. Now, the attitude she's showing, the combative nature, now that's going to leave a print in those people's minds. Imagine if they blow it out of proportion, say, oh, this is how these Black American women are. Now, all of a sudden, even the ones that are not this way are going to suffer this. So this is why we have to call these things out exactly for what they are. Because I don't want people to come back and say, yeah, she's out of pocket. But people say this all the time, but they never call these people out. In fact, they get angry at the people that point out the things they are doing. Hence, explaining that they have the Jezebel spirit themselves. Maybe they got it from their mama or their grandma or their auntie. Because there's a whole lot of Jezebels running around in America. Not just Blacks, but every race. That's just a fact.
From what she's saying here, it seems they said that because she's in the process of getting a green card, so I think she wasn't meant to leave Nigeria. She was just going for an emergency, and it's only because of the emergency that she's leaving Nigeria at this point in time that she would have maybe gotten her green card if she had stayed. That's what I'm inferring. Like, I'm not sure about the process of actually how to get green cards and the process. Some of you guys there might want to enlighten me in the comments, but it seems what she's saying.
Then he takes me and brings me all the way back here without saying one word, just, we're going to my office. Okay, well, we're going to your office. You finna get recorded because I don't know what's happening. And I'm here by myself, and I'm surrounded by a bunch of men, and I have no idea what the hell is going on.
Calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down.
Please calm down yourself. Please.
I am dealing with a lot right now.
Let me see, man.
You guys see, how many times have you heard, calm down, with these same women with their dealings with the white people in America, the white police? You see, people, you can lie to yourself, but when it comes to the truth, human nature doesn't change. Imagine how animated Nigerians usually are. If Nigerians are telling you to calm down, there's something truly, truly wrong with you. Look, these are people who Nigerians, when they are talking, they yell and they are all animated. They're like, Chineke. You've seen it. But if Nigerians are telling you to calm down, there's something wrong with you. They told her to calm down. She said, I'm not going to calm down. Even though this woman overstayed her visa, she's talking, oh, I got emergency. Oh, your emergency. Ma'am, why don't you come and, respond to why you overstayed in Nigeria? We want to find out. At this point, do you realize you are an illegal immigrant? I mean, we don't know if you're trying to get, the legal Nigerians, their jobs. Nigerians are trying to figure this stuff out. Because you don't know. I mean, because as of late, the way things are going in America, American illegals can find themselves in Nigeria. Who knows? She's marrying Prince Olu Ogojogo for Nigerian green card because she's trying to get that Nigerian paper. You see? So the immigration people are doing a professional job here. because they are trying to collect data. See, people who don't know how these jobs go, they are just like, oh, these people are just wicked whatsoever. But let us hear all of it.
Then problem is, can you hear me out? See, when I asked you to come and see my boss, did you go to see him or not? What is he trying to explain to you? Did you even give him a listening ear? You didn't.
I listened to everything that man said, but he didn't listen to anything I said, which is what I run into on a regular basis here. You men are so male chauvinistic, you can't listen to what a woman has to say.
Boom. Did you guys hear that? She used the LGBT language, like that equality talk, chauvinist. So, like it's like a trance. When they say this to white people, they just melt. But you said to the Nigerian, she's now using the chauvinist talk. It's not gonna work. Olu do not care about, he don't know what that even means. Like, why not said, you cannot overstay your welcome in any country. Shit. You can't overstay at family member. Exactly. Exactly. You go to somebody's house, after 48 hours, your family member, they start talking about, man, ever since you got here, the Jews have been going fast. The hot dogs have been going fast. That's hint like, hey, your visa have run out. So don't try to argue with them. Just leave. Much more a country. So you see, with her, she overstayed, and then on her way out, she want to argue with them instead of saying, look, I overstayed. Can I just forgive me? I have an emergency. Let me pay for this. She would have been fine. But she's talking all this kind of talk. You don't even know if Olu is a Oga in that airport. Do you understand? You talking to a uniformed man, an Oga, in front of all his young boys in Nigeria this way. Do you know what type of disrespect that is? This is why you need to learn the culture of places. Because you see, in Nigeria, when they call somebody Oga, it means you should not disrespect that Oga. But this woman is over here yelling at the Ogas. So that's a problem. Kawasi said she lacks cultural understanding. I have to back the Nigerians today. They are right in this situation. Do you think she should talk that way she would have talked to the Russians? No. She will not talk to the Russians that way. She will not talk. Well, I think she would talk like that to white Americans for sure. I can bet my money on it. I think she will. Because where else did she learn this type of talk? Yes, she will definitely talk to white Americans. Russians, I'm not sure. But she's trying her luck in Nigeria too. Like Nigerians respect titles, like Mimi said. So the man she's talking to, he might be an Oga. They call him Oga over there. Now you want to talk to Oga that way. That's a problem.
Listen to me.
Here we go. Here we go.
I'll say something. This is not legal or whatever, but I think it's very important when you go to someone else's country. Sometimes it's good to understand how the way you talk to them and how the way you communicate, how that can be perceived, right? Even references of her saying this one, like Africans take that very insulting, right? So when you're talking to someone in a position of power like that, it's not positive, I will say.
Here we go.
She's right. Thank you, Kaizoria. He donated KES 200. I don't know what money that is, but thank you. He said, donate and support the show to grow. You Dusties. He's right. Please don't be a Dusty. Make sure you donate to the show. Hit that Cash App or the Super Chat. He's absolutely right. Please don't be a Dusty. And Kaizoria, thank you for the donation.
Here we go.
Are you aware you're on a business visa? It was boldly written on your passport. You have 30 days to
You
stay.
know what?
And you went for
Well, I tell
extension
you
for
what.
another 28 days. And that wasn't enough. You are expected to leave this country from October. And you are still here. Today is April 12th. And you don't rule.
Okay, actually,
Did you guys hear that? She overstayed her visa for a year. But I'll let the Nigerian woman say it. She is nice, but she is on point. You guys remember the blacks would say, oh, Nigerians don't like us. Look at how nice the Nigerian is talking about her and how nice they are treating her. See, please, black people, don't go to these countries and shame the whole country. Be nice. Please, be nice. Do not make all your people look bad. That's all I'm asking.
so this gives a little bit of clarity as to what exactly happened. The immigration officer stated that she actually came on a business visa, and the business visa after 30
Did you guys hear that? So she came in with a business visa and she got married there. Now she became an illegal immigrant. She came in as a business person. Little did we know, she came in under false pretext. Please follow the country's immigration rules. If you're there for Olu, tell them I'm here for Olu, plain and simple. Didn't you guys see the 90-day fiance, that white woman that went to go visit, marry the Nigerian guy? Did you guys see that show? That white woman didn't lie. She's like, I'm here for, I forgot the guy's name, but Muhammad or somebody. And that's what she was there for. She didn't pretend to be there, building a business and overstaying. That's not what happened.
days she was meant to leave, but she extended because you can extend within in country for another, I think, a month or so. And she was meant to leave in October 2021, and she's only leaving now in April 2022. She seems to not disagree with those terms, so it seems like that's what actually happened.
Want to give room for explanation. This is
I did give you an explanation.
August 11th.
You see, that's the thing. You don't listen because I did give you an explanation.
I don't know who is not listening.
Okay, well, who's walking away now? Okay, who's walking away now? Don't want to listen.
Okay, guys, I'll say
People, okay, those of you that ascribe to the Wakandan mindset or the black mindset, please, I want to hear your comment. I mean, think about what you're watching here. You're watching Laquanda literally leave the hood and travel way across the Atlantic to go behave this way. Oh, you thought she only did this in the neighborhood, huh? That's what you thought. No, now she international. I'm just telling you. She's not just in the neighborhood terrorizing you or the Korean or the white man. She is international now. She going all the way to Nigeria, Wakanda, terrorizing people. So I don't know how you could literally support this. I don't get it. And of course, the Nigerian, who knows, maybe 2Niger is married to her because he's the only one that would support such a thing, right? We don't know if she's married to 2Niger, but let's just be real. Laquanda is not only, causing havoc in America. She is traveling international now. You guys are hearing this. You guys are hearing this. I'm not making it up. You guys thought I was making things up, but you're hearing this. She's international. Now she is demanding her green card. At least she has common sense to want to go to the green card route, not say automatic citizenship. I got to give that to her, not like Juliet over there in Gambia. But how is she able to be reasonable to understand those steps, but ignore the initial step? So she obviously knows what steps to take. She knows this.
this. Let me quickly interject here. I have been detained briefly by Canadian immigration, American immigration, UK immigration. You guys know my deportation story. You can't talk to them like this. Like, you cannot talk to immigration like the speed at which they will deport you, right? And just to give clarity, I think a lot of times the things Nigerians experience when we are in other countries, in the airports, most people don't know about that. You know, a lot of Americans have that privilege that they have a strong passport, that they don't really get detained as often as, for example, Nigerians. Is that a lot of times, you know, you're detained, given a little sheet to just say that you've been detained, right? No one really talks to you, and they hold you and detain you.
Like the woman is saying. So this Wakandan queen made the video saying she was detained. Does she look like she's detained? In fact, it looks to me like she is the one detaining the immigration officers. Doesn't it look like that? They're trying to get away from her. She is the one. How you going to, I mean, people, come on, how you going to leave the United States and go all the way to Nigeria and trying to impose your own rules on them? To me, it looks like she's the one detaining them. Seriously. She's the one detaining them. Doesn't it look like it? She's over there talking all kind of mess. She took her mess all the way to Nigeria. Let's just call it what it is.
And you can't do anything for it. And they will hold you in like prison type rooms sometimes, and you can't do anything about it. You just have to wait until it's your turn, and they will explain things to you. I'm not saying the way they communicated to her was the most, like, you know, professional words or like terms, whatever. But what I'm saying is that the Americans will never let you record. The British never let you record anything. And she unlawfully overstayed. And maybe she was given information to state that, oh, she could overstay.
No. Ma'am, I understand you're trying to be nice saying somebody gave her that information. You do not know this woman. You don't know her type. I know her type. If somebody had given her wrong information, she would have said it. But she didn't say it because she just want to come up with her own rule. That's all that is. She don't care about what other people have to say. She does not care about the immigration law. She doesn't care that she overstayed. That's why she made the video. Why do you think she made it? She is thinking, in fact, they are wrong. She should be able to stay as long as she wants, and she doesn't have to go and be like, hey, I decided I'm going to stay 30 more days. Extend it. You know, she could have done this, right? It's not like they're like, no, ma'am, you cannot renew. She could have literally extended her stay. She could have done this, but oh no, she just leave it open so she can come to the airport and argue with these people.
But I feel like if you're wrong, it's clear that there's potential wrongdoing on her side based on the facts on the table, like a business visa, you extended for a month, you didn't extend after that, it's been like 4 or 5 months or 6 months since, right? You can't try that in any other country. Yeah, but let's keep going. Let me see other videos here that she shared.
Okay, and also you want to make a report about your
I just went down there to get my bag.
Okay.
My bag is missing down there all night.
Kifaru said, where's her husband? Don't worry. Her beta Nigerian husband is gonna show up, because you see, now this is, if you're somebody that does this, you are a Jezebel. If you go creating problems, because this happens even in clubs, like they would go out and talk shit to some guy and then expect you to fight. So now her beta Nigerian husband is about to show up. Let's find out what he has to say. Because you see, this is not just the woman. There's a reason why she married that beta male, that beta Nigerian. Because you see, one thing with Nigerians, we have to say, there's a lot of simping amongst the Nigerian men. But let's find out what he has to say.
It was checked into the flight. Okay. And then it came up missing. I was like, I asked him, I said, where's my bag? Where's my bag? I kept asking him, where's my bag? Oh, ma'am, it's already shot. It's already shot. Don't tell my husband to shut up. He's defending me.
So you guys see in America how the fights happen, right? So you see the woman, she have 3 baby daddies, and then she's with a new boyfriend, and that boyfriend disciplines the son. They call the baby daddy number 3 and say, can you believe this? He's over here talking to little Ray Ray this way. He shows up. That's how the shootings happen, or fights, right? Now she went to the airport, she did all this. Now she goes home and lies to her husband. Maybe he was in the waiting area. Now he's all mad. She brings him over, and she said, don't talk to my husband like that. You see the kind of problem these Jezebels are creating even in Africa? How are you going to go to Nigeria telling the Nigerians they can talk to each other that way? But she's in the middle of this. So she's telling them, don't talk to my husband that way. This is the next day. It gets better. Watch where she takes this to. I'm telling you, this Wakandan queens, some of them, man, I don't know. I don't know what they are on, but they are going international, and you got to beware of this.
We're not talking about the passport. Then what?
We're talking about my shoes missing. My stuff is missing.
Okay, guys, that sounds like a marketplace. Essentially, I think what happened here is the next day she came back with her husband, and some things were missing from her luggage, like her shoes. And one of the immigration officers told her husband to shut up. So she's offended about that, which she should be, guys, because you can't be talking to people anyhow like that. But on the other hand, I feel like in this sort of situations, they need to have like private rooms without external influences in the room, because in the West, they'll never let you bring somebody else to be talking to immigration. It will never happen like that. So that's something I guess immigration needs to work on their part, because or else it becomes like a marketplace.
My stuff is missing. That's what I'm mad about. I didn't say that they had it. You don't even listen. Shut up.
Who the hell they have? Nobody can touch you. Nobody.
Did you guys hear that? She is telling this Ogas to shut up. Do you understand what will happen? Usually, telling the Oga to shut up, they'll be like, oh, you just told Oga to shut up? Hey, Chineke, oh, you are telling the Oga to shut up? They would have slapped her. But I have to commend the Nigerians. They are taking this really well. So, you see, obviously she's not a victim. You guys remember she was trying to talk about the civil rights and all that. So, are you guys hearing how she's talking to these people in this airport? She's telling them to shut up. But let's continue.
I just called Abuja right now. Nobody can touch you. Okay? We are the Abuja. If you know the person that I called, you not saying what you are saying. If you know the person that I called, you not saying what you are saying right now.
So you can see the back and forth. The husband is basically saying that he has called someone in Abuja, right? And basically they can't touch his wife, that she's good. And the immigration said that they're Abuja. And I think this is another issue in Nigeria, this whole issue of abuse of power, to feel like, okay, if I know someone that is above rank, then I'll get away with whatever, right? Or this person will overcome whatever negative decision that you guys are going to.
Guys, just like Mimi and Kifaru said, I think her Black American privilege helped her. No, her American privilege, that passport helped her. And she knew it. That's why she's over there talking all that mess. but it's Pan-Africanism. You are supposed to uplift the people. But you over there, you want to be treated special. And Mimi said, she just told the Oga to shut up. She lucky she's American woman. Exactly. They would have tabas nyabas her, like they would say in Gambia, meaning they would have slapped her and, gave her the quick kick quickly, just like that, talking to people that way. What's wrong with you? And Mimi said, if that was me, my Gambians ass would have got a slap. Exactly. So her vibranium, like I call my American passport, I know some people get upset when I put up the flag because I'm pointing to you that the privilege is within that passport, the vibranium. The vibranium. But the husband, who is a simp, now he's coming there. She's, put battery in his backpack. I don't know what she's giving him, but he showed up. Now he is all pumped up, ready to challenge, Olu, the ogre at the airport. He's now over there threatening the ogre, saying, oh, I call Abuja. You are going to lose your job. You guys see what type of problem Laquanda created in this airport, just her by herself? She came back to back 2 days, causing problems. Now you understand what white people got to deal with, right? Now you understand. I mean, thankfully, like her dramatic situation, her dramatic behavior, she fit right in wherever she's at over there. Whoever she married, they belong together. I'm sure you guys have come to that conclusion. Her husband, that Nigerian, is totally a simp. But let's listen to what he has to say.
Come to. That is one of the reasons why we don't go far as a country. And I think this is one of the reasons why I personally feel like we need to be more clear with regards to punishment for bad behavior. So I know, as an example of this article, I'll put it up, that there are a lot of fines people get for overstaying, right? They just need to tell them, okay, you've overstayed your welcome, you're going to be fined this amount, pay this amount, and you can leave, right? I know when we shared this on the Travel to Nigeria Instagram page, a lot of people said, oh, but in America, if you overstay, they just let you leave the country and they won't give you a visa again. Every country has different rules. No one can dictate what one country's rules are for overstaying. In the UK, for example, if you overstay, I believe, actually this year, they're planning on actually putting people that overstay potentially in prison for up to like 4 years or something like that.
Look, I'm just telling you right now, even if that was the rule, there's no way you're putting Laquanda in prison. Think about it. She literally, other people get in trouble. She was able to leave the airport and came back the next day to cause more problems. The rules do not apply to them. She literally left the airport and went and got her husband to come and cause more problems. Good luck with that. I get it. Yeah, they're gonna make people. The most they can do to her is stop her from entering that flight. That's it. You see what she's doing? Yeah, she doesn't have the white man there, but she went and got Olu, the other Olu, the simp, to come and fight for her, aka her husband. Nigerian men, you guys gotta do better. I don't know what is going on, but you need to do better.
That, right? So in the UK, they might put you in prison for overstaying, right? So every country is different. So if Nigeria's rule is this, let's try and follow the rule. But I think Nigeria needs to be a little bit more transparent with what exactly the punishment are for overstaying, what exactly is the due process for an overstayer, and they should just communicate that with people and enforce that, to avoid all this ruckus, because it just makes us look bad.
You know the person that I called, you will not be saying what you will know that I have a run. You will know that I have. Nobody's talking about us. You will know that I have a run. Okay. Okay. You will know the kind of person.
And now the crazy thing is, Nigeria, there's no way they can get rid of her because she's married to that simp. meaning eventually she is going to have rights over there in Nigeria. These Nigerians probably wish they could talk sense into this simp, but they cannot get rid of her now because she's married to that Nigerian and she won that green card. So she's gonna eventually have rights over there. Go figure.
You will not be telling me that you are Abuja.
He can't say.
Really? Really?
Because you raising your
I'll try to know your name. I'll try to get your name. Okay. I promise you that you'll be fired. If you are not fired, call me bastard.
You just said I
Did you guys hear that? Nigerian drama. That's the husband saying, promising to get this ogre fired. He said, if I don't get you fired, call me bastard. You know how Nigerians, they exaggerate everything, thinking that they are tough. So the husband shows up. He is upset, because quote unquote his American wife have been wronged. But has she been wronged? She overstayed her visa. And now she created the drama. And this Nigerian simp, instead of saying, hey, wife, you overstayed, I suspect he was the one that was telling her, oh, no, don't worry, baby. It's okay. They're not going to give you any problem. So now it backfired. He's like trying to get people fired. It's all an empty threat. Come on, man. I mean, these people are toxic. I'm not talking about all. I'm talking about this couple. I don't want people coming here talking, oh, Afridamus said all black people in America are toxic. No, I'm talking about this lady and her Nigerian husband. He's over there threatening the immigration, talking about he's going to get them fired because this Jezebel doesn't know how to follow the rules. This is wild.
promise you, I think the husband is still at immigration. I promised one of the people there that they're going to be fired. And if he's not, person's not fired, you just call him a B word. Power.
Okay.
I got it all on record.
Dwayne said, those Nigerians can have that one. We do not want her back. No, Dwayne, trust me, she found a place where she could cause havoc on them. She's staying in Nigeria. I have a feeling. Visionary of Love said, narcissistic behavior, doing wrong, and blame shift. Exactly.
Don't worry.
Got it all on record. Right here. Yeah, I tried to explain.
And Fuller Sports said, the country has enough problems. Why bring Bokwisha, who will add to the problems? Look, Nigerians haven't seen anything yet.
My matter. I told you motherfuckers to give me my shit.
Did you hear that? Did you guys hear? She didn't even have her green card yet. She's over there calling people motherfuckers. Did you hear that? She is calling an Oga a motherfucker to her face in front of his juniors. She didn't even have a green card. Imagine when she gets her green card, what's going to happen? Just imagine that.
Last night.
I want to know the kind of rank they have. Maybe, okay.
I told them last night.
I feel like there's no way in hell that I would speak the way she spoke, and I would speak like that to immigration in the U.S. and they wouldn't like put me in a jail cell. I'm just saying, just for context, because I feel a lot of times, and this is not necessarily about the lady in question, but a lot of times people come to Nigeria, even Nigerians come to Nigeria, and they change their behavior, right? Because they get away.
People, can you believe this? Like St. James said, hello, Afridamus. I told you once, I told you twice. Exact, St. James, you've told me this before. And Tiger said, why you call her Jezebel, though? That's rude and uncalled for. Tiger, maybe you will, get your panties out of a bunch. I don't know if you're a man or a woman. Maybe if you're a woman, you have that Jezebel spirit, or you were raised by your single mama Jezebel or the grandmama Jezebel. How do you not see that this woman is a Jezebel? How do you not see this? This woman literally is over there in a foreign country calling immigration officers, the Ogas. Do you understand that the Oga is a very important title in Nigeria? The word that she is using, if you use that in even in America against immigration officer, what do you think would happen? So you have to be realistic here. Don't encourage such behavior. She is a Jezebel. That's right, she is. Moater said she called the Oga motherfucker. Exactly. Our movement said she should have been arrested and deported. I don't know why the Nigerians didn't do it. Again, I think it's because she is married to that Nigerian guy. That's what it is. Kawasi said, can I get her killed? That can get her killed in countries like Sudan, Chad, and Mauritania. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised. I will not be surprised one bit. Kifaru said, my Niger brother has picked the wrong woman from America. Hey, look, they seem to be the same people, so they picked each other. Mimi said, Afridamas, that's good for our immigration officers that a new breed is coming down in these African streets because they don't do right by us when we travel in our own countries. You're right, Mimi. Now they got real work to do for themselves because if they run into her, they are definitely, gonna have some work to do, just like these Nigerians gotta do work.
With things.
Last night, hey, get my bag, y'all. If my bag is not checked in, if they took my bag off the flight, give me my bag back. Yeah. They never gave me my bag back. And
you guys see her simping husband over there? That's him in the hat.
Kept asking all last night. I kept saying, hey, where's my bag? I don't want my bag to be on that flight. And she's like, no, the bag is not on the flight. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, when can I get my bag? My bag sat down there all night long. I know how and here's my thing, and I'm going to show you. I'm sorry, babe. I know how I packed my shit, right? I know how I packed my shit. I know what I put in my shit. My shoe. This shoe was stuck over here. This shoe was down here at the bottom. Where's my black shoe? I had all my shit down here. Did I not, babe? I had all my shoes down here at the bottom. I put this down. I put this over here. This.
So it seems her luggage was maybe tampered with, and things were moved around, and maybe she lost a shoe or so. That's what she's saying here. So obviously that is not right.
This here and this here, and then I sat on top of it all of the other stuff that I was going to take with me, and I had everything.
Okay, guys. So I'm gonna play maybe 2 more videos for you, just to give more context, right? So this video is an update. When all the videos blew up on TikToks, she provided some.
Good morning.
That's her. You guys see her? Tell me, like Tiger, tell me this is not a Jezebel. Tell me she's not a Jezebel. When I say things, people don't go do the research because they are all up in their feelings, because you see, the devil is their daddy. Because when I point out exactly who they are, they get upset. Now, you see, I don't know what the Nigerian man, saw in her, but he, as you guys know, the video proved he's willing to put his neck on the line for her because that's his black queen. That's his black queen. So she's queening it up in Lagos. Now let's hear what Queen Jezebel here has to say. Let's find out.
Good afternoon and good night wherever you are. I woke up this morning and I see my videos have went viral. And I want to say, oh, I messed up. I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate the fact that you guys are letting my video go viral. But
Ma'am, we are not intentionally making it go viral just in the way you think. Some of us are doing it for educational purposes of how dumb you are. It's not like we're supporting this. We're pointing out what not to do. But let's hear what she has to say to people probably like me and you, the one with common sense, what she thinks of what you think.
when I woke up this morning, I was reading a lot of these comments, and it's so crazy that adults can be such trivial, insignificant, ignorant beings, you know? And the level of maturity of some of these comments were just so funny. But here's what I want to address. And I was going to pin some of the comments, but you know what? I don't even want to give you that platform. You don't deserve that platform. The level of ignorance that you have displayed on my page, it just needs to be checked, okay? So that's what I'm on here this morning to do. I'm going to check you in a professional way. So let me be clear about what is going on.
So you guys see, right? So she so the people that disagree with her behavior, she has harsh words for those people. She disagrees with them. Game Jewel said Olu must be happy with her though because she let her overstay her visa. Of course. Why do you think Olu came to the airport? He's all hot and pissed off. I mean, no, there's no doubt in my mind. Olu is obviously happy with her. There's no question in my mind. That's why she's acting the way she's acting. That's just the truth. Look at Olu getting all pissed off. Oh, how you gonna talk to my queen like that? Your queen come to the airport talking smack to the Oga and everybody. She knows she can only get away with that in Nigeria. They should have put her in jail, but they didn't. Walk and Bless said, see, we have to understand that many of us are here bloodline from Nigeria. A no-nonsense people, it's just a twist with the West. At the end of the day, we are all Africans. Let's all get along. Walk and Bless. When I said most black people in America from Nigeria, there were people who got mad. Look at how Laquanda over here, she fit right in Nigeria. Look at it. But they didn't let her get on that plane. Yeah, James Jewel, you're right. Although threatening people's job and everything, because he's like, how you gonna talk to my queen like this? So look, I understand in this quote unquote manosphere, they said the black women have no power outside of America. Hey, I don't know, man. From what I'm seeing, I don't know if I would raise my voice saying this. They're going to countries now in Africa, marrying the people and getting green cards. What are you doing? They over there calling people motherfuckers and everything, getting away with it. If they try to invoke the civil rights, if it doesn't work, they resort to, I'm a Nigerian, I'm all this, and it works. So if you're in the manosphere, you're talking about these black women are losing. I don't know if I would necessarily say they are losing. They found a new niche. They don't want to deal with the white people. Now they're taking their issues to Africa. As you can see, that's what I see it as.
I am an American. I am not an entitled American.
Oh, now she's an American.
I am a black American. Descendants of slaves that were captivated from the Caribbeans as well as from the Africa.
You guys remember what I told you? The slave story? You mean they brought the slaves from Africa to the Caribbean? Is that what you mean? She has to invoke the slavery. Even though she went there, she went and she held these people hostage literally at the airport. Like Mimi said, if she was the one saying this, Oga would have slapped her, okay, because she's African. But she, not only did she get away with this, now she's making a video pretending to be a slave. And I want you guys to remember, this is the same individual in previously, a few minutes ago, the person you heard calling people motherfuckers and all that. Yes, that's her. That's the woman you're looking at. You know, all those voices you heard, the woman telling people they stole her shoes, calling them all kinds of names. That's her. Now she's pretending, oh, I'm a descendant of slaves. After everything she's done, she wants to pacify you. But ma'am, we didn't remember. We remembered what you said and what your weak ass simping Nigerian husband Olu said too. We remember this. We have this on record.
Continent. So when I speak about being entitled, and when I think about entitlement, I think about human basic rights entitlement. Everyone has those rights, no matter what country you're coming from or going to.
She's mentioning this because
If she said everyone deserves the right. I bet you ask her if white people deserve any right, or those immigration officers. No, when she talk about rights, she only talking about rights for her and Olu, her husband, and their friends. That's it. Nobody else.
she said her civil rights were broken.
That is why the United Nations has instituted the International.
Now she's going past the United States, United Nations. You guys, look, I bet you if I had come here and just tell you the story without the video, some of you are going to be like, oh, here we go again. Afridamus and his, exaggerating, making up stories. I bet you guys would have thought I was making this up. She is talking about United Nations, not the United States, United Nations. She wants them to recognize her rights, her civil rights.
Treaty law that protects the individual from which.
I'm not gonna finish with this. I'm just gonna also just share this video. Somebody left a comment on her page and said, we do. The officer stated the reasons clearly, because she said that, I think she was saying in her videos that no one understands what happened, and she said person said we do. The officer stated the reasons clearly, which they did. She said she overstayed her business visa. No country will allow that without consequences. If she was calm, and yeah, so she basically responded to that with this video, saying that, showing the part of her visa saying valid from the 19th of May 2021 as a response to that. But it doesn't matter if your visa is valid from the 19th of May 2021, because you're only allowed to stay 30 days and you have to extend. It's not, you're not just allowed indefinitely for that long.
And I want to thank Supergirl and all the people that sent cash apps. Supergirl said, thank you. She said, Supergirl said, to my favorite troll, thanks for your edutainment. Thank you, Supergirl. Supergirl, she's my mod. But Supergirl is accusing me of being a troll. People, come on, how can Afridamus be a troll? I cannot be a troll. But Supergirl, thank you for the donations.
Guys, this is, I want to always call out, our government institutions for bad behavior, but the truth is she overstayed her visa, right? She overstayed her business visa, and she knew to extend.
She doesn't care about that. Look, she didn't just only overstay any visa, business visa. Oh, you guys remember how one of the trolls was like, oh, special visa? Look, who do you know? Do you think a Gambian person or let's say Senegalese or Burkinabe just can get up and say, oh, you know what? Let me show up in American airport and tell them, I'm here, give me a business visa. That's not how it works. So she already have a special visa. She went to Nigeria, quote unquote, as a business person, and then she married Olu over there. That's not even the correct visa, but she got away with it. So let's not even front. Don't even come here and try to say, oh, I'm oppressed. If anybody's oppressed, is the Nigerian people, the African people, who people take advantage of and they cannot complain. That's who is oppressed. You saw what happened in Ukraine, and some of the blacks in the media try to capitalize on it, and they're still trying to capitalize, because they try to get you to say, oh, the Ukrainians are racist, but they're not trying to help you, the African. They want to have a foot, upper hand over you. That's all. That's all. That is nothing else. Look at her little speech to the people that disagree with her. Oh, oh, in her words, all you people that disagree with me, you're not only disagreeing with me, now you hate all black people. And then the dumb ones would come and be like, yeah, you hate black people. So you mean you approve of her behavior? So the all is not hate. Look, when you sit in a class, because black people like to say they have psychology degree and all. Unless if you have that affirmative action degree, because you see, I've taken a lot of those classes, the social sciences. I went to the 13th grade. In fact, a lot of the times I find out the teachers in those classes, I am a lot more wiser and smarter than them. Look, I was one of the students who, when I wrote my paper, they would have they call it the blackboard for other students to see it. They used to not put my writings for the other students to see it. They would just give me the A because I ask genuine questions. To me, that proves that they know what I'm saying is true. So that's why I label it as the 13th grade. That's why I'm not surprised. Many smart, wise men like myself that you guys read about, they don't do well in the 13th grade because they try to hide you. They don't like what you're saying because if you're learning psychology and sociology, it's supposed to be based in truth. But if you took psychology and your feelings are still getting hurt, maybe your degree is not real. They gave you an affirmative action degree. Oh, philosophy. Socrates drank poison. They forced him to drink poison to commit suicide because the man cannot lie. He had to speak the truth. I know that feeling. Right now, I would rather drink poison than lie to you. That's how committed I am to this mission. I would rather drink poison than lie to you. Plain and simple. The reason why I'm telling you this is from experience. I understand in America what they teach people. You guys remember I told you about my son, right? He's grown up now. I remember how they used to try to put him in the special ed class. I did my investigation. I found out for that special ed, they pay the school. The school makes money. The people. This is an entire program. So they target black kids because they understand that most black people probably go for it. But I challenge them on their BS, and they will bring some fake black person, and I will put them in their place. I don't care what your color is. If what you're speaking is not in the interest of my child, I'm giving you the middle finger. I don't play into that dumbness. So that's how I've always lived my life. In those schools, when I challenge them, if they say your child gotta be in special ed, tell them to give your child a test. Because you see, in my house, what I taught my child is 1 + 1 is 2. And if he writes that on paper, he would always be correct. The teachers come to me, they're like, oh, we are so sad. Your son, not only did he pass the test, he passed it higher than the national average. I say, yeah, because there's no way I would produce a dumb son, because I'm not dumb. All this mumbo jumbo you guys teach these kids is not for me. This is why they remove the father. You have narcissistic women who say they are educated. But how can you be educated when your children are dumb? They don't have experience traveling the world. This is why, instead of, because when you find yourself in a land where the rules are man, God above man, then you have man over woman, woman over children. But in America, it's the other way around. They flipped it upside down. Upside down. Grandmama over mama, mama over the baby daddies or whatever boyfriend she's with around that time, or the temporary husband. So grandma above, you got mama, you got the boyfriends and the children. The children even have right over the man. So that's not gonna work. It's never gonna work. That's why you hear all these women in America talking about, I'm independent, loud and obnoxious. But now that independence is not working. So they have to go international. And unfortunately, when you're looking for simps, Nigeria is a perfect place for that.
For 1 month. And what I think may have happened was that somebody gave her some wrong information and probably told her that, oh, don't worry, you can stay, we'll get your green card done for you. But maybe that wasn't actually the legal way of doing things, and she took that information on and took it as gospel, right? And she was advised wrongly. What I wish she did was actually come out to say that, to say, you know what, this is step by step why I did what I did. But she never created a video dedicated to that, which for me is a bit fishy, because if you just create a 1-minute video to say exactly what you've been told, what the process is, but everything was like, you know, wishy-washy and not to the point with regards to why she feels she did not commit any crime, because everything she referred to was, oh, my husband is a Nigerian. I can have an American husband. If I'm Nigerian, they're not going to care or treat me like an American because I'm not, right? So, yes, that's that. Like, I would love to know your thoughts.
I dropped the link. So those of you that want to give your perspective, please hit the link. Just make sure you stay with the topic and realize nothing personal. So this isn't about me, but stick with the topic. Thank you.
On this video, but also I actually wanted to share another video that a lady did in response to this. She's a Niger wife, actually, based in the US, and she wanted to share her.
So, hello, my friends.
So here's another Black American who's a Niger wife. She's married to a Nigerian. She's got her hoodie on and her, the head tie. You know what? Here in America, when you walk around, the black women, they either have the head tie or they have the bonnet on. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like the Nigerian men, that turns them on, because they ain't wasting time. They're going heads first. But this woman let's hear her perspective. For those of you that would say, oh, Afridamus hate Black Americans, but she's a Black American. Let's hear what she has to say.
I'm just coming to post about the situation that me and some of the other wives recently saw happen in Murtala Muhammad Airport in Lagos, Nigeria. So this fellow wife was detained for overstaying her visa. And she is under the assumption that once you are automatically married, that you have rights as a Nigerian citizen. Let me go ahead and clear that up. You do not have rights as a Nigerian citizen. When you come in on a visa, okay, which all of us have to apply for, okay, you are given this. See this Nigerian visa? That's it, okay? Anytime you arrive into the country, that visa is supposed to be stamped. Your passport book should be stamped, okay? Y'all see that? You see those stamps, right? If you stay past 30 days, you see this bottom with the signature? That's an extension to stay another 30 days. The only time that you do not have to have an extension is when you have a Niger wife visa. Now, that is not automatically given to you. That also has to be applied for by your husband in Abuja. You cannot apply for it in Lagos. They have stopped doing it at the Lagos embassy. It must be applied for in Abuja. There are several documents that you have to fill out. Your husband has to provide his origin documents, your marriage certificate, photos, all of these things. It is not a God-given right for you to get to Nigeria because you're married and think you can stay as long as you want to.
I absolutely love, I'm going to keep playing this in a second, but I absolutely love this lady's sort of like counter to this viral video, because it's very easy for us to like paint every aspect of Nigeria in a bad way. Yes, as a country, we need to improve, but we need to call.
Look, you guys know this. Some of the Nigerians have even written to me, not only in my comment section, but even email, saying, Afridamus, you hate Nigerians. Nobody criticizes Nigeria more than me. But let's call a spade a spade. This woman is absolutely wrong. The Nigerians haven't done anything wrong here. She just wants to exercise her black privilege, aka American privilege. That's all.
Things out for what they
But I'm gonna bring in St. James real quick, but I'll let this woman play while we're at it.
are. And I think a lot of, the negative press that this video is getting, honestly, it's not fair. It's not fair because the lady, in my opinion, overstayed. And in her opinion, she overstayed, right? You can't overstay and still be putting rank and be like, I know what I did, I know what, you can't do that, right? So anyway, let's keep watching.
Because you're married and think you can stay as long as you want to. That does not happen. I was just there for 3 months and I had to extend my visa twice. Okay? Now,
Did you guys hear that? She extended her visa twice because she found herself another Nigerian. So she's reasonable.
it's about 30,000 Naira, which is about $70 US dollars, give or take.
Did you guys hear that? I'm not saying, look, if you go into Nigeria, you want to find you some, you want to find Olu or whoever, more power to you. But just follow the rules. That's all it is. Oh, if you go to Gambia, you find yourself a Lamin or whoever, that's on you. But just follow the rules. Nobody's saying don't go there. But why you gotta be a narcissistic person? Why you gotta be obnoxious? That's all I'm asking.
Each time. I did not apply for the Niger White visa because me and my husband are having other plans. So I don't know how many more times I'm going back to Nigeria. But it is not a God-given right. And you guys have to stop assuming that you can go somewhere because you're married and do what the hell you want to. Your husband cannot come to the U.S. and do what the hell he wants to because he's married to a U.S. citizen. The same thing applies in Nigeria. There are laws and laws have to be followed. As far as this, addressing the treaty, it is factual that a country cannot just automatically take your passport. However, they can detain you. The only thing that the UN can do is step in and find out why your passport was taken. If they have valid reason for detainment, which is valid because you overstayed your visa as stated, as the passport states, as the stamp states.
All right. Did you guys hear that? But let's bring in St. James. He called in. St. James, thank you for calling in. Can you hear me, St. James? Unmute yourself.
Thank you for having me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. You know, St. James, this is right up your alley because you've raised this before that this was going to happen. And some people said, St. James, you are a hater, blah, blah, blah. But now we are at the precipice where we are seeing exactly what you predicted. What do you have to say to this?
Thank you, man. I came halfway through the show. Did you have a visitor's visa or what was it?
She had a business visa.
Okay.
And mind you, she overstayed that visa. She ended up, of course, she met Olu over there. She got married, but she
Mhm.
still never went and changed anything.
Oh, so she didn't met her husband in the United States. She met him
No,
over there.
sounds
Oh,
like it. Yes.
oh, okay.
So
So she,
she went to Nigeria
she
as,
went on her own.
she went in with a business visa. So,
Oh,
and
okay.
she never renewed that. She just stayed there however long, or changed the status and said, "Hey, you know what? I met this guy. We got married," and do her thing. But she's just telling these people, "I I'm gonna be getting my green card pretty soon, or like I guess the Nigerian permanent residence." But
Mm.
she doesn't have that yet. But you
Oh,
know what I'm saying?
okay. So the the situation happened at the airport.
Yes,
Okay, she
because
was traveling back to the
she
United
was
States and
traveling
she got
back.
stopped.
She got stopped because
Mhm.
she over, they realized that she overstayed her visa past 6 months to a year. I think it's a year.
That's a fine right there.
Yes.
That's a fine.
But
And
so
you can
St.
even
James,
be denied. You can even be denied coming back to the country.
what do
Mhm.
you think that Nigerians should have honored the black privilege, black card, the vibranium, which is the American passport, or like because she's trying to say they detained her, and now speaking of her language, the way she's talking to the Nigerian officials there, it just literally bringing this, feminist, toxic type of environment to Nigeria. And you've given warning on this before.
Yeah,
What
the
do you
warning is
like?
that
How do
you
you
and I.
see it?
The warning is that you and I travel right when we return to the United States, and you are in line, being next to talk to an immigration officer. Do you think we can do this?
Nope.
Do you think they will let you even entertain the idea of talking to them that way?
And recording them.
And record it, because when you get to that area, what the sign says, you can't record, you can't take pictures,
But
and you have to respect that, right? That's what they wanted over there in that restricted area. So and she's an American, so if she has a business visa, that means she travels a lot.
no,
So
no, St. James,
uh-huh.
not really, because she
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
have travel etiquette. Because you see, like this woman on the screen, the other one, she also has a Nigerian husband. And she is indicated here that she had to renew her visa a couple of times. So here's one who follows the rules versus another one who is not following the rule. That's what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, so we have those kind of situation where a lot of people feel like the laws in Africans do not apply to them. That's what we are showing, and that's what I was trying to tell you before. Like, this is what I see coming from certain people. Going to Africa, the rules don't apply to me. I can do whatever I want because I have the privilege of being from the West. So that's
Mhm.
what you see, right?
Wait. St. James, are you saying it's more deep down? The mentality is I'm from the West versus saying black. Is that like a deception to try to, blind people to the game that is being played here? Because the woman eventually talked about her American citizenship.
That's the last card they will pull, right?
Hmm.
When they get in trouble, they will pull their car, and this is what she exactly did. She knows that the Nigerian nationals who can't even talk to the officials like this. So she had that privilege, and no, she has it. and she has to pull their car and let them know, hey, using her husband, right? My husband is Nigerian. It's like, well, she's trying to appease the officials, but my takeaway is that I'm from the West. I can disrespect you right here
And
in your
St.
own
James,
country, and you can't
St.
do
James,
nothing.
what do you think about the husband? The husband, he's how he handled this.
I didn't see that part, but based on what you said, right? So he's expecting a green card himself, right?
No, the husband is a Nigerian.
But what's going to happen if they got married?
Well, it sounds like they are married, so
Okay, so
that's why
the
she's
privilege.
rubbing it in their face that
So,
her green card, which is the Nigerian resident, she should
so
be getting that soon. She hasn't gotten it yet, but it sounds like she's waiting for it.
well, if you overstay your visa, you ain't got nothing to talk about unless you leave that country and re-enter. For most countries in Africa, you can leave for one day and come back, right? Correct?
I'm not quite sure, but
Right. Certain,
I
certain
know, I
countries,
know,
all you
I
have to do is
know.
leave and come back.
Yeah, I know that
Uh-huh.
she got an easy way out because not only did she argue with them when they told her she overstayed her visa, she missed her flight, but she came back the next day to the airport and brought her husband to, obviously the husband is pissed off to create
He's not. He's
to
not pissed. He's not pissed off. He's just playing a game that you and I know. It's a game, you know. If he was bringing his mama over there, trust me, you won't even talk to these people like that. So, you know, it's like, yeah, the better
so
man again. The
over
better man.
over
That's the
overall
yeah.
overall what would you rate the Nigerians performance of making sure their country's laws have been implemented?
Well, if they went through it, if they well, like I said, I didn't watch the entire.
Well,
Well, I
well, the
hope
Nigerians, they stood their grounds.
that's good.
Yes.
That's good. It doesn't matter, right?
Hmm.
So we complain. We are African. We complain about our official being bribed everywhere. So if they were able to make sure that the laws apply to everybody, regardless of their colors and regardless of where they come from, that's a plus for Africa. It doesn't have to be people from the West. Even us, we're not supposed to be bribing our officials every time we get there, and they're also supposed to do their jobs, right? So
True. Hmm.
yeah,
So thinking about how I mean, not all, but the American Black Jezebel transporting, the Jezebelian behavior to all these places. And, obviously there's African men who encourage this, they play along. Like, what do you think
I'm on the
about
phone.
that?
Talk on the phone.
Hmm?
Oh, well, I'm sorry, bro. Oh man, listen. I don't know if we got time to. I mean, like someone said, right? Travel broaden your scope, right? So
Hmm.
I hope some people learn, that everywhere is not America. You know,
But
I don't know
do you
when it
see,
comes to the behavior, bro. Like to be honest with you, I don't know if certain people will be able to learn from Africans. That's my worry.
like what do you mean?
I mean, if you go to a place, you have to do what the people do.
Hmm.
I'm not saying do what's bad for you, but I'm like the foul language, right? I the motherfucker. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Coming from a woman
Coming from a woman, it's like
is
our
disgusting. It's disgusting and a turn off.
right. You and I know in Africa, right? When a woman start talking like that in public, do you know how they're gonna label her?
Right.
So it's like,
Well, that's why I wrote what they would label her, a Jezebel.
right?
So for those who, St. James, you understand why I called her Jezebel. If you
Oh yeah,
notice, this
absolutely.
other woman on the camera, I'm not calling her a Jezebel
Uh-huh.
because she understands what
Okay.
is going on.
Absolutely, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, she understands.
Yeah.
But I remember,
Yeah.
you in particular, St. James. That's why I'm happy that you called, because you've raised this very question, and now the video is right in front of you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well.
since I have you here, St. James,
Mhm.
real quick, I mean, this is a little bit off topic, maybe a minute or two. Can you update us on Burkina, the president, finally collaborating and helping Mali and sending troops to Mali?
That's it's a good thing.
Mhm.
It's showing that we have some sort of coalition that is forming, and that is defying the country, the colonizer, which is French, right?
Mhm.
So it's a good thing. I hope they continue, because Burkina already said that they don't want the French troops on the soil, and they are going to Niger.
Mhm.
Because of the uranium in Niger.
Yeah.
So basically, we don't have nothing to offer to them, so they won't come there, and we don't even need them to be there. So I want all Africans to, I feel, to help Mali,
Like St. James,
however way
speaking
you
of that,
can, right?
St. James, speaking of
Hmm.
that, right?
Hmm.
I don't want you to leave out
Hmm.
blacks in the West.
Hmm.
Talk to them too, how they can, join in this endeavor, because yes, I understand this woman, she's out of pocket, but obviously she fit right in there.
Right.
But also explain to them
Uh-huh.
how they can be aware or help in promoting what is happening in the Sahel region.
Um, that would be a nice thing to do, but I have to clean home by myself, Afrodamus, to be honest
Okay.
with you.
Okay.
I have to clean home by myself, and
I respect that.
if you want to come to help, that would be nice from you. But I think we have enough people in this Sahel
That that
region
are,
to
that are
take care of
already
the.
that are already
Yeah,
taken care. Okay.
yeah, we can handle our business,
Good.
and it's
Good.
going to take time. I believe it's going to take time, but I like what I'm showing right now, and what's exactly happening to Mali should have happened a long time ago. And
That's
out of all the francophone African country on the continent, Mali is taking a leadership role, when it comes to French, and I like it. I like it. They are defying the French. They are defying Ivory Coast. They are defying Senegal. They're defying everything just to protect the citizen. Something that the francophone African countries haven't done a long time ago. And it's about that time for them to do it.
this is
For
good.
my country, I don't. The president is still new, but he understands that we can't get played again. We can't get played. So he's gonna do what is right. We don't want the French in the country. We don't want to do business with them until we find. Yeah. Okay. 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 So
Thanks.
until we decide, until we find out exactly where we're going, where we want to take this country to. We don't need anybody. If anybody in the West who wants to come help out, do it. It's on you. It's on you. You know. So
Thank you
that's
very
the way
much.
we have to do it, man.
Thank you for
All
your
right.
input,
All right.
St. James. I'll bring
Thank you.
in
Maybe I come back
Kifaru.
later. Maybe I come back later. Okay.
Okay. We have Kifaru. Kifaru, welcome to the show. Kifaru, what do you want to add onto what you've seen and heard?
Yeah, yeah. I think I watched that lady. She
Hold on.
was
Is this tribal
eh,
African,
yes, yes,
aka?
but yeah,
Okay.
I'm Kifaru because
Okay,
that
I
name was
recognize your voice and your
yeah
emoji,
that
but
that
go ahead.
yeah that name was causing a lot of confusion. They're trying to call me a tribalist, but I'm not, so I just had to change my name.
Okay.
Yeah, so that lady, she knew exactly what she was doing. She knew she had the American passport,
The
and she was
privilege.
using the privilege, and
I
she was
call it
using
I
that.
call it I call it the vibranium.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear
You
you
know,
use that word, vibranium,
Kifaru,
and she
you've
was
heard me,
yes,
right? Kifaru, for
yes,
for
yeah,
for a while, you've heard me. You've seen
yeah.
me even talk about the privilege of the American passport and the flag, right? I noticed
Yes,
usual you call into the show, but I noticed you've never criticized me for it. You understood what I meant.
of course, of course. I think
And
anyone that's gonna say no is just being in the disingenuous because it's a fact.
yeah, so
We can
now,
say no. Yeah.
so from this video, what, like, do you see more she's pushing the American privilege or the black privilege? Which one is it?
Okay, there's the thing. These people are hypocrite. Okay, they're trying to make Black American be different from America, but if they take that America part from them, they are nothing. So
Right.
they're using American privilege and they want to stick, they want to make it to be Black American privilege. But there's no Black American privilege. This is just an American privilege, and that's what they're using.
That's the
And
truth.
that's just the truth. That's just the truth. There's nothing
Mhm.
like Black American privilege. It's an American privilege. So they should just get Black American thing. Black
So do you
American
think
only
do you think they're trying to deceive us into,
I
like,
don't think they're not deceiving us, they're deceiving themselves. You understand? I
Mhm.
think the whole world knows exactly what is America, what is Black America, it's just America. That's what they have the power from being an American. They don't have any privilege for being a Black American.
Right?
That's
Because
just the
we
fact. Yeah.
because most of the blacks live in Africa, and African blacks, for our skin, we're blacker than the black Americans. We have no privilege for our skin. So if skin is really true, how come Africans we don't benefit from it? So it is American privilege.
Of course, it's American privilege. Even if I come to America, I get the American passport. If I go to Africa, they're going to treat me different, even if I
Did
don't
you
have the
wait?
accent.
You know what? Did you see what I was talking about? Did you see me go to Africa in Gambia?
I watched some of the
But
things. Yeah.
I bet you understood what I was speaking of because of my American passport, right? You understood what I was
That is
saying,
a
right?
fact. I don't think anyone should argue that. If you're trying to argue that, you're just being stupid or ignorant, or
Mhm.
you're just trying to make a point that is not even valid. There's no argument about the American passport privilege, not even in Africa, in the whole world. You understand?
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think she was using that to disrespect these people, and she was doing that on purpose. I think she's coming from that mindset that, okay, this African don't respect us, so this is my time now for me to disrespect them in their own countries,
But wait,
so that I can show.
do you think she really believes that Africans don't respect her? Because she's been living there, don't forget, for a whole year, according to the explanation. So she knows what is going on.
Yeah, she knows exactly, and she was doing that on purpose. She was going to disrespect these officials and put it on TikTok, or what was it, TikTok or some social media platform, to show to our American counterparts, oh, look, I'm disrespecting these Africans and they can do nothing to me because I'm American. I think she came from that mindset. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
Just trying to prove that she too can be loud, but keep things apart. She is just a horrible person, and
So
she's a terrible woman. And
Kifaro,
she's
I know
yes,
that you you know, you're known for somebody that always, like stands for Nigeria, especially.
yeah, of
Um,
course, of course.
so
Nigeria Pan Africanism,
yeah,
yes, that's
so
me.
like today, I wouldn't fault you to say you're being biased, leaning
No,
towards Nigeria, but when like, what would be your message? Because I know you're a Pan African. What would be
yeah,
your message to Black Americans who try to go to Africa and behave like this woman? Because obviously, this other woman we see on the screen, she does not
yeah,
she does not
yeah.
think like the other woman.
Mm.
But the ones that think this way, what is your message to them?
Okay, this is what I'm gonna tell them. See, look, these Nigerian officials, they are not stupid people. They know you're an American, and they know they're giving you that privilege because you are an American. Don't abuse it, because if you abuse it, they they themselves gonna change, and you'll be really really shocked the way they're gonna treat you when they notice you an African American coming to the country to disrespect them. They are going to make your life very very difficult. Like, they might not talk to you directly. They might just make maybe your document. They're not gonna do anything. They will not process your thing. They'll hide you. They will just make your life very very unbearable, and there's nothing you're going to do. So if you're going to people's country, just be really, really respectful. The privilege that you have, just keep it. Don't
Because
abuse it.
Kifaru, right? You're from Cameroon, and I'm from Gambia, and we're literally is the
Yeah,
same coast, right?
similar. Yeah, yeah.
So imagine if I come to Cameroon, let's say, I mean, they're gonna give me a time to stay there, and I overstayed and talk like the way she did. What do you think would happen?
You go to jail, bro.
Thank you.
At that
So,
airport, they will just call the special police, and they're taking you to jail. Then when you go to jail, you start struggling how you need to leave jail. It'll be like it's a complete different process. It'll be like it'll be like, oh, you messed up. You don't say that to custom officials, and there was someone there, they even call him Oga, and you rightly said, when they call someone Oga in Nigeria, you better respect that dude, because
mhm.
he may have some big connections that he might make you disappear, and there's no one's gonna look for you. No one's gonna even
and and
find
and
understand your whereabouts.
and you know how, like, some people would say, oh, Afridamos is hard on Nigerians, right? But I'm sure you are probably surprised that I supported the Ogas today.
Yeah, no, I understand. No, it is clear she was horrible. She was just being a very horrible person, and the image she's trying to show for African Americans is still this stereotype. And these people should understand there's this stereotype about the loud African American woman.
Mhm.
And when you're going out of America, out of Africa, you should do your best to try to kill the stereotype. But if you still going and you still speak the way you're speaking, calling people motherfuckers, government officials, that is still bad. And people are gonna say, well, that is not a stereotype.
Look,
These people are just like
Kifaru,
this. Yeah.
Kifaru, this is what we deal with here in America. I'm just telling you. When I speak of it, people get upset because this is what we deal with. Yeah, the obnoxious, narcissistic black woman. This is real. This is nothing
Yeah.
new.
And
But what do you,
she's proud
before I
of being
let you go,
disrespectful. Yeah.
what do you think of, what would you say to the African men? Because I saw you wrote, you said this Nigerian made a wrong move. What would you
Yeah.
say to African men when they are marrying women, especially somebody like her?
Well, bro, look, I don't know what kind of marriage that guy is doing. I don't know if it's a green card queen, because if you're gonna have a green card queen, you need to sacrifice. you just need to, you need to just do anything you need to do to get your green card. But I think she was a green card queen, because Nigerians are no, they don't really want your women to be like that loud. So I don't know what kind of marriage they're having. Before, she said she was married, and now she was in Nigeria for business visa. So I get it twisted. I don't know if she went there to meet her husband, or she went there for her own personal thing and she found a guy, or. So I don't really know what kind of marriage. But yeah, maybe it's a
Well,
green card queen.
obviously,
It's a
obviously,
lottery.
the husband seems like he's whipped by that WAP. I don't know. Maybe it's the WAP. Who knows? But
Yeah,
that's
maybe,
not here
maybe.
or there.
Yeah, but I think Nigerians do know exactly what who they're going to get married to, and but the guy looked like really really slow guy as well. I don't know if they're married, like legally married. I don't know if you legally married, what right have you got to live in Nigeria, or you still need a visa or resident permit. I don't know, but the situation was not really clear, and I don't know. So
Thanks.
anyway,
Kifaru, thank you
yeah.
for calling in. If anyone was, supposed to call to this show, you know, you are the perfect person for it, because not only do you support Nigeria, you also support, Black Americans. There's no
Yeah, yeah.
there's plenty of evidence of that. So so when you speak of what you're speaking of, you're not picking on anybody. It's straight for love, and because like nobody can question your love for Black Americans.
Of
I've
course, of
seen you
course.
I've seen you
Yeah,
defend
they are my
them.
people. They are my
Yeah,
people.
yeah. I've seen you, and you've defended Nigerians.
Yeah,
So I'm sure this, like you're caught in a rough place, but there's no choice but for you to speak the truth.
yeah, yeah. I just want to throw a little bit light on what is it St. James was talking about Mali, about pushing out the French.
Right.
Okay. See, this is the thing. I know we African countries. I think he was trying to say Mali that they're trying to fight the French. We African countries, especially West African or Central Africa, we are still powerless. You understand? That's
Mhm.
why all these embargo things is not going to work. Because if you look at these countries, their primary exporter trade partners is still the West, and that is a trap. So
But
if you're still
Kifaru,
yeah,
right? When I went
hmm
to Africa, like Gambia, for instance, like the white people, right?
yeah,
And plenty of other black people. The white people follow the rules of the immigration. They just get, it's not because they are white, their skin color. They just go by the rules and everything goes smooth. So, what do you want to say to the people who believe because these people are white, that's why they are treated that way, instead of because they follow the rules and respect what the rules are?
yeah. I think well, we need to follow rules in anyone's country. You need to follow rules in anyone's country, whether you're black or white. I think if you go to any country, you follow the rules, you're not gonna get into trouble. That is
Because
just
my
the
thing
fact.
is, I don't,
Yeah.
like I know some people might think I'm advocating that they should put black women in Boko Haram category, which wouldn't be too crazy. But look, I would reserve
Come
that
on.
for now. You know, I would reserve that for
That was
you know.
extreme. Okay, but I get your point. Yeah.
But all I'm saying, it's not like I'm saying that's what has to happen, but it's just they just need to understand. Come on, like just follow the rules and everything will be good.
Yeah, so this is the thing. I think, yeah, black Americans, you're sending your women in Africa. There's this stereotype about the African American mentality. You don't like it. So just make sure whoever is living in America is going out of America, don't try to build in, or just don't project that stereotype that people talk about you. So just make sure you watch your people and
Yeah,
check them out.
she totally,
Yeah, so.
you know, she totally made a bunch of black people look bad.
Exactly, exactly. And people are just gonna use that video. So I told you, look, this is what is happening. This is what we told you is gonna happen. And so she's just giving them a free lunch, for them to roast. But the other lady, she came and she gave a
Oh,
different
this one here,
perspective.
hold on,
Yeah.
hold on,
So
hold on 1 second. Hold.
yeah.
They have reason
She's
to
got
detain
sense.
you. So unfortunately, sis, on this one, I can't back you. I hope you
Okay.
are well. I hope you are being taken care of. But wrong is wrong, and I'm sorry in this case you were wrong. We all have to follow the laws. That's just it. Sorry.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Didn't she say exactly what we're talking about here?
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
So for black people that say, oh, don't say all black people. Obviously, I'm not saying all black people. This is a black woman saying this woman is wrong. But thank
Yes.
you,
She's
Kifaru.
okay.
Kifaru, what do you want to say for your last before I let you go?
Well, I just want to say sometimes we should try to educate some of these people because they're ignorant. Someone can be ignorant and be so what's the word? Be so like outspoken, So we should try to make them understand the continent, and we're all the same. We should try to understand each other, and long live Pan Africanism. Yeah.
Thank you, Kifaru.
Thank you.
Make sure you call again.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Kifaru. Thank you for calling, and all St. James, and those of you that had the intention to call, but decided not to. But ladies and gentlemen, you've seen for yourself. It is not made up. The video, I used a video to do the reaction. So hopefully those of you that think about it, starting from Art Catty to Frozen Chicken Lady, I mean, it's just a whole bunch. So the Afridamus report is here to help you avoid making fun of yourself or making a whole host of group of people that speak, talk, and act like you, setting a trap for them. That's all I'm saying. There's no way anyone can think this woman's behavior was acceptable. There is no way. She overstayed her visa for quite some time. She came to the airport. She wasn't detained or charged or whatsoever. She came the next day with her simping Nigerian husband. And you guys, I don't have to tell you, you saw exactly how it went. So I don't want to keep you longer. It's been over 2 hours. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the Afridamus channel. And feel free to donate to the Afridamus report, either Cash App or Super Chats. All is accepted. But until next time, I will see you tomorrow. I have another video to react to, African Deceptions and Lies, a perfect topic. The reason why I react to these videos, so you can have a perspective, not thinking I'm the one just coming up with stuff. How other people see it too is important. So I don't want to keep you waiting, but until next time, have a wonderful Friday.
Entre más lejos, más feliz. Era un veneno y lo bebí. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Siempre sé la peli esa actriz, pero ya vamos llegando al fin. Yeah, yeah. Somos felices a distancia. Ya no aguanto tu fragancia. Tú no haré consecuencias.